Hi, this is Lee Roberts, presenter of Haunted Live, producer, television presenter and paranormal investigator. I wanted to wish the ghost host, Sophia Temperilli, congratulations on 6 years of broadcasting on liveparanormal.com. Remember, don't be normal, be paranormal.
Hey, this is Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, and you are listening to the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli on liveparanormal.com.
This is Nick Groff, executive producer of Ghost Adventures, the original documentary, and Ghost Adventures Season 1 through 10, and executive producer of Ghost Stalkers, author of Chasing Spirits, the building of the Ghost Adventures crew, and founder of NickGroffTours.com. You are listening to the Ghost Host, Sophia Temperilli, on LiveParanormal.com. Tune in.
Congratulations, Sophia Temperilli.
Sophia Temperilli,
The Ghost Host, celebrating 6 years of broadcasting
on LiveParanormal.com.
That's right, it's the Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on LiveParanormal.com. I'm John Temperilli, co-author and editor of Heaven Can You Hear Me by the late famed Fox sighting psychic and legendary paranormal researcher Peter James. And yes, this is hands down the world's most unique paranormal broadcast. 18-year-old Sophia broadcasts each and every week here and discusses all the latest hot topics with all the paranormal field experts themselves. And thank you, Rob Sarek, the site founder of LiveParanormal.com and History FM, for providing this format each and every week. And today we have my Paranormal Corner site founder, host of Haunted Stories on YouTube, brother host on LiveParanormal.com, and paranormal investigator Scott Latia will be on the programming, returning on air to share personally captured EVPs live. And also, too, David Oman, producer of The House at the End of the Drive, is featured on Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures, has secured a neighboring Cielo Drive residence for a respectful investigation seance next Friday and Saturday during the 48th anniversary of the Manson murders. And David will be stopping by to provide details in just a moment. Everyone visit myparanormalcorner.com, Twitter and Instagram at Scott Latia, Facebook.com after the / Scott D. Latia, and Haunted Stories with Scott Latia on YouTube. Upcoming, we have renowned televised parapsychologist and professor to the paranormal, Lloyd Auerbach, will be returning to the program on the 5th of August. Paranormal investigator and Live Paranormal sister host Nikki Para-Unnormal is the program. She'll be on the 12th of August. Also, too, we have Tennessee Wraith Chasers promoting the new series on Destination America, Haunted Towns, and also to KJ McCormick, Carl L. Johnson, and many more ahead. So you don't want to miss any of these upcoming broadcasts. Everyone like LiveParanormal.com Facebook group page. Also, support the members, the membership packages. Check those out. They start as low as $2.99 a month, and Rob Sarek's great at rewarding the audience here at LiveParanormal.com. And also support the vendors here. So if you're getting grandma a mail meter for a birthday or something, make sure you do it right here at LiveParanormal.com and History FM under the vendors page. Also, like LiveParanormal.com, the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli fan page, just to learn about guests as we learn of them real time. We post everything right there. So tonight on LiveParanormal.com, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, Beyond the Screen and Ghostlight Radio, and as always, monthly Mondays right here. Chip Coffee of A&E's Paranormal State and Psychic Kids right here, as well as Ben Hansen, Amy Goodwin, David M. Roundtree, Stefan Brigatti, Andy and Michelle Kopic, Ken Gearhart, and many more on this very network. Archive shows, if you miss anything, need to fast forward, get an email address, phone number, any information. Free MP3 iTunes downloads are available on the homepage of LiveParanormal.com and History FM. And as always, Peter James, he will be taking your calls.
Come through, speak to me.
Thank you, Peter. This is
John,
amazing.
Talk to me, John.
Well, Peter, thank you so much. Everybody loves hearing your voice.
I'm here to help you.
Well, thank you, Peter. And so, yes, this is we're going to, let's see here, bring on the host, the ghost host. Let me see here. I'm trying to find her number here in the queue, and it's, yeah, okay, here we go. I got it. Sophia, you there?
Hello?
Hi, Sophia. Congratulations on over 6 years of broadcasting here.
Thank you. I can't believe it's already been 6 years.
I know you got the Instagram, the Snapchat, the Twitter, all these things. Where can people find you?
I'm on Snapchat and Twitter at Sophia Temperilli with one L, and Instagram just at Sophia Temperilli.
Yes, you got a million things. Congratulations. Mom and Dad couldn't be any prouder of you. You're doing a fantastic job. Well, tell us about our guest today, and also, too, we have another surprise.
Today we have on myparanormalcorner.com, site founder, host of Haunted Stories on YouTube.com, brother host on liveparanormal.com, and paranormal investigator Scott Latia. He will be returning on air to share EVP captures live. Everyone visit myparanormalcorner.com, Twitter and Instagram at Scott Latia. He messed me up there asking about the Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com, Scott D. Latia, Haunted Stories with Scott Latia on YouTube. And also we have on David Oman, producer of The House at the End of the Drive, as featured on Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures. And he has secured a neighboring Cielo Drive residence for a respectful investigation and seance next Friday and Saturday during the 48th anniversary of the Manson murders. So we're welcoming David to come promote today.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Let's see here. I'm trying to unmute. David, are you there? David Oman.
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Hey, David.
I couldn't help
David,
but laugh.
going?
Every time I hear you with the Peter's voice, I keep on cracking back up.
That gets a lot of people every day.
I can't stand it. Hi, Soph. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm sleep deprived. I got to tell you too, as well, John. This morning at 2:30 in the morning, and I've been trying to go to sleep early. To be honest with you, I was going to go to sleep at midnight last night, and I got, how should we say, distracted and broiled with the spirits. And you remember last Saturday night in the birthday party here at the event we had here, the party.
Yeah.
I have not recovered. I literally have been staying up to like 4 in the morning because the spirits have been just so wound up. I'm telling you, I've not. It's like I try to go to sleep and I just hear bang and knock, and I'm like, last night was no exception. At 2:30, I had it, in the third level guest bedroom we had a leak. Apparently, that was why the bucket was under the ceiling, and it's the fire sprinkler system. So I ended up calling the repairman, and the plumber. He came out and looked at it, and he said, "Yeah, we got to fix this." And so I broke the ceiling open, and last night at 3 in the morning or 2-3 in the morning, I was just watching the video cameras to see how it was looking down there. And I kid you not, I heard a clear knock, knock at 2:33 and 30 seconds, and I wrote it down here. And I spent the next 2 hours online on Facebook Live showing people the video of what happened, and people were commenting saying, "Oh, yeah, I heard it," and we went through all the different cameras in that floor, and the funny thing is you can only hear it in the guest bedroom. You don't have it picked up by the mics in the theater room. They're not being picked up by the mics in the earthen wall room, and the video shows nothing moving, nothing at all, but clearly a knock, knock. So that's what's been going on here. It's just been crazy at the house. And no, go, Soph.
Oh, I was just going to say, it was really amazing. When I was there with Brienne, I know you know Brienne. You called her Wednesday Addams. But we were sitting in the theater room, and we were doing the ghost radar because we were just sitting there talking to each other, and it actually said pig on the ghost radar, which was totally crazy,
That, I would have to say, is very random, first of all, because the word itself is randomly being said, pig, but the connection to the Sharon Tate murders, that's eerie. I mean, I'm getting chills up and down my spine right now as I think about that, because what are the odds of all the words in the vocabulary in the dictionary and that word's connection to down the street?
Yeah. I actually screenshot it, and I was like, I don't think I want that on my phone.
Oh my God! I would have screenshot it just to document it because that's pretty.
I still have the picture.
Oh no, you got to show it to me. You got to send me that because that's pretty random. I want to put a little blurb or a post about that because that's just too random.
Yeah, it was really weird, and I couldn't believe it when it happened, and it stayed on the ghost radar for a while too.
Wow. Yeah, last weekend was really a unique weekend, and Saturday night was was quite a unique night because, as you remember, there were a few people that had never been here, and they were from out of town, and they went down to the third level, and they said, they had never been in the house before, so I said, don't walk the house, please. Take a look. I'm busy with the party. And they said they went down the stairwell, and they got about 6 feet above the third level floor on the stairway, and they said all of a sudden they started feeling pressure. And they said they described it as heaviness. And I said, what do you mean by heaviness? And he goes, well, as we got down like 6 feet from the floor, we could start feeling like this like pressure on our chests. And as if it was making it difficult to breathe, and it was just like heavy, like you'd gone up several atmospheres. It was like, really? I said, really? And I said, did you go in the room? And they said, no. We got to the landing. We sat at the door, and we just touched the door, and we just felt like, no, we don't want to go in. And when they went in, it was really the same. It was even more intense. So, I mean, next week's going to be crazy. What?
Yeah, I know we've talked a little bit about your house, but I know that, like we were talking about, you're going to be having tours there next weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about where everyone can get more information and buy tickets?
Yeah, go to theomenhouse.com, and that's OMAN house.com. And like I said, or Sophia said, on Friday the 4th of August and the Saturday the 5th, we'll be doing 2 one-night paranormal investigation tours here from 8 in the evening to 2 in the evening on Friday night, and Saturday night we'll probably go to 3 in the morning. And that includes all food. We have 20 individual cameras with HD, 3-megapixel, 1080p, with infrared and audio throughout the entire both houses. And we'll be doing the investigations. Limited number of tickets available still. It's going to be crazy. And what Sophia was saying is it is the 48th anniversary weekend. See, the murders actually, the numerical date was August 8th into the 9th, which is Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But on the calendar, it was Friday night into Saturday morning in 1969. So this is actually the weekend that it took place 48 years ago. And the house next door, well, the house next door is the place that the housekeeper, Winifred Chapman, ran down to after she discovered the murders. See, the first house she went to next door to the Tate house, they wouldn't answer the door, which forced Miss Chapman to run down the street to the house next door to mine and to finally get in and call the police from there. So this is going to be a very unique, interesting opportunity because the house has never been investigated. And it's it's a virgin property, paranormally speaking. So I think it'll be fun to see how it's going to react with all the equipment and all the people coming in. I think we're going to be very pleased.
Definitely. I can't wait to do interviews there and see what happens. I definitely want to thank you for coming on today to talk about the house, David, and I can't wait to see what happens.
I can't wait, and I forward myself, and I look forward to having you here and doing some Facebook Live broadcasting and getting this investigations going. I'm just like all juiced up, and I look forward to seeing you, John, and Shirley here. It's going to be a wild weekend, kids. Hold on to your seatbelts because we're on for a ride of our lives.
All right, David, and we have a message from Peter.
We're here with love and light for you.
Thank
you,
Peter. I look forward to seeing Peter here next week as well.
That would be great. All right, we'll see you then.
Take care, you two.
Thanks,
I'll
David.
talk to you guys later.
All right,
and also
thanks,
too
David.
on Twitter at the Score Omen 1. So everybody, David Omen, and let's see here. Let me. I'm trying to. Let's see. I'm getting unmuted for our guest here, and then the screen just jumped around. Let me see here. Yeah, again, it's the Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on LiveParanormal.com. There we go. Okay, now I got.
Talk to me.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Let's see. Scott, are you there? Scott Latia.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Scott. Thank you for coming on today.
Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And it's been kind of a crazy, crazy week, you know?
Definitely. Yeah. And thank you for all your support throughout the years, too.
Well, you know, my mom and my family, we love you guys and just can't thank you enough for everything.
Well, thank
yes,
you
they had
so
a grin
much.
for us.
Yeah, she's actually here. We're all listening, so we just we had a blast. She needs to take more of a vacation to come up and see you guys, so we're working on that here in the next few months.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely.
And I know that you also travel a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started going to Nick Groff tours and what locations you've investigated as a result?
Wow. Geez. I guess it kind of started back, I guess let me start back telling the story. When I first turned around and I got into the field, I was really overweight, and had just met with the doctor, and the doctor basically said that, hey, if you didn't lose the weight, you were going to die. And was flipping through a TV channel, and I saw Ghost Adventures on TV. And at the time, Nick was still on Ghost Adventures, and I messaged him, and I said, hey, I really want to learn how to investigate. And from that point, I never really thought that he'd message me back, but he messaged me back, and he put me in touch with Debbie Constantino, and Debbie and I just kind of messaged back and forth about learning how to investigate, books to read, that type of thing. And lo and behold, Debbie was having an event out here. So I had a chance to be able to meet her face to face, and, it kind of grew from there. And Debbie kind of looked after me and taught me how to investigate, the ins and outs of the field. And at that point, when Debbie passed, Nick kind of, I guess you can say, took over. And Nick and we've kind of messaged back and forth from time to time, and it just kind of grew from there. I guess that's the best way to say it.
And, I know with all these tours that Nick does that, there's definitely a lot of evidence captured. Can you tell us what some of your, favorite pieces of evidence have been, and if there was ever, a scary moment?
Well, there's I went to Pennhurst with Nick and his team, and then there was, we went to the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel really got me. That was the first time I've ever had something physical actually happen to me, where I got scratched at the Stanley Hotel laying on a bed. And it's one of those things you've never experienced until you've experienced it, and then you kind of understand, it's not all demonic. It's one of those things that a spirit doesn't know how much strength they have, and they just may be trying to get your attention. Hey, you're not listening to me, type of thing. But I learned a lot through that. That was probably my biggest one. And then probably Pennhurst. Pennhurst, between walking in a building, there's bat guano on the ground. You're walking through this stuff. You're in a building and it's pitch dark. You're trying to find your way without falling. And then getting Rasputin. I have an EVP where there's a spirit that says, Rasputin, you belong with us. And Rasputin was a faith healer in the early I think King Henry. I have the information on my Facebook page about who he was and a little bit about him. But to have that come across really, really shook me up. And then when I was coming home from the event, Harvey actually messaged me along with some other psychics, said that, hey, you have a hitchhiker with me. And that, he wouldn't get off the phone until I cleansed myself. He waited until I got salt and cleansed the house and, did the whole salt bath type of thing. And that really kind of opened my eyes more into the field.
Definitely. And I know, too, along with your investigations, you've got some great EVPs, which we'll play later on in the show.
Well, it's so weird how some of these, most of them are just random stuff. So if you're walking around somewhere, I take the approach that you always have your recorder running no matter what. Because just in general conversation with another investigator or just average person walking around, you're going to catch stuff. And I think that those messages are the most important to keep, because it's telling the spirit story. And they have a story that they want told, or a message, or something that's very important. And when they choose you to give that message to, it's so important to get it out there. And that's one of the reasons why I like putting my evidence up on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, is just because another investigator that's at that location can turn around and say, hey, I got the same thing. Let's collaborate here and try to figure out more what's the story. You know, because maybe you'll solve a murder. Maybe you'll help some family that's grieving. It's just so amazing that you can literally reach out to the other side and help somebody.
Definitely. You know, I know you capture some great EVPs, so I definitely can't wait to hear them. Would you say the EVP recorder would be like your favorite piece of equipment, or what is your favorite piece of equipment?
Well, you know, I guess I'll take a page out of what Debbie used to tell me, is that when you have so much stuff, it can be overwhelming for just investigating. But I really like just using a digital recorder. The Obelisk 3 that Bill Chappell makes is phenomenal. I've had amazing evidence from when we were at the Queen Mary, where we did a count game, and I said 5, 6, 7, and it said in the Obelisk said and 8. I mean, what are the chances of that coming through? Or where we're using the SB7 and we got Kennedy's name. You know, that was pretty amazing just to be able to reach back in time and hear that.
Definitely. And I know along, you know, with traveling and investigating, you also do Haunted Stories with Scott Latia on YouTube. Can you tell us what we can expect from the channel and how that all came about?
You know, it really started out as just I wanted a place to just put up evidence, you know, for anyone and everyone to kind of listen to. So I had kind of a growing database. And more people were saying, hey, we really like this, or hey, you know, I would love to see some more of the investigative footage. Excuse me. So I kind of started incorporating more of the investigative footage, even with Nick's stuff, or where I'm on my own, or whether I'm at a location somewhere. I try to kind of incorporate that a little bit more now. But it's more for everybody. It's a way for them to kind of see the location and kind of see what it's like without having, I don't want to say not to pay, but to be able to have that ability to see kind of what it's like before they go there, or to say, hey, you know, Nick's events are amazing. Let's attend Nick's events. You know, and that's the most important thing. You know, is Nick has a great team behind him. They are so supportive of everybody in this field. And that's really the events I go to. And I have 2 coming up here where I'm going to be also attending next month and next week.
Definitely. You're very busy. I don't know how, you know, you do everything. I know that filming YouTube videos is, you know, a lot of work with the editing and everything. So it's definitely very impressive what you do, Scott.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And, you know, I kind of now can feel John's kind of struggle with the editing, you know, because you're editing and it's like one thing takes an hour. It's just amazing.
What's this too? You can just shut the computer down.
Your computer just says no more.
Yeah, the fan's just grinding and.
Oh yeah, been there.
So I know we have to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back with your EVPs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on liveparanormal.com. And again, today, our guest, Scott Latia. Everybody visit myparanormalcorner.com and also on YouTube, Haunted Stories with Scott Latia, just to enter in the search field. I'm going to get to, let's see here. I'm going to get everything lined up in the queue. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dustin Perry, the Paranormal Rockstar, and you're listening to The Ghost Host with the most, Sophia Temperilli, only on liveparanormal.com.
Hey, this is Rick Hayes, the psychic medium, life consultant, author, and lecturer, and you're listening to the Ghost Host, Sophia Temperilli, on liveparanormal.com. Believe.
Thank you for joining us on History FM Radio on liveparanormal.com and history.fm. From paranormal to the unexplained history, it all happens here. Looking to enhance your radio experience? Participate in live interactive chat 24/7 with our radio show hosts and other like-minded people on www.liveparanormal.com, the only interactive social chat room supported by full interactive media. Stop by now and join in on the fun.
Hey, this is Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, and you are listening to the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli on LiveParanormal.com.
Congratulations, Sophia Temperilli. Sophia Temperilli, the Ghost Host, celebrating 6 years of broadcasting on LiveParanormal.com.
Yes, congratulations, Sophia Temperilli. It's the Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on LiveParanormal.com. Everybody visit MyParanormalCorner.com. Also, Haunted Stories on YouTube. Scott Latia is a brother host here on LiveParanormal.com and a paranormal investigator. And he's sharing EVP captures with us today on air. So, yeah, everybody. Also, on Twitter and Instagram, at Scott Latia. Facebook, Scott D. Latia. So let's see. I'm going to bring everybody back into the studio now. Let's see. Okay, Scott's able to Skype in. That's something I got to figure out how to get going here and everything too. So here we go. We got Sophia and Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott. Thank you for coming on.
No, hey, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Well, yeah, thank you also for all your support throughout the years. It means so much to my family and I.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we just love you, and my mom and family are just can't be more proud of you.
We love you guys, and definitely have to see you guys when you come out this way.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. I think my mother needs a break real quick soon.
Definitely. I know from your phone calls with my mom that she definitely works a lot, so she should definitely take a break and, come to a slightly cooler climate.
Well, and we're working on that, and the insides more than that other people do about that, but
yeah,
it's going to be happening.
So let's listen to some of your EVPs. I can't wait to hear them.
Okay, I have them in the queue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute Sophia's mic here just a second. Thank you for doing that. Was another thing that Debbie, EVP specialist on Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures, always advises that when you listen to the EVP that you play them 3 times. And thank you for doing that. You actually posted them and shot them over to me 3 times back to back. So that's perfect. Yeah, because usually I go back and forth. So here on the first one, you're saying, let's see. I'm trying to think if we should do this where we play them and then see if people kind of hear this, but this is in a crypt area. What's the location on the first one?
Okay, on the first one, it was me and the bartender. She kind of had a hesitant feeling. She was hearing knocks in the back bar crypt area, and she's like, "I really don't want to go back there." So I said, "Hey, I'll go with you." And I stuck my recorder in my pocket and walked back with her to help her lock up the back crypt area. And then this EVP was captured while we were locking up.
Right. Is that at the McKay Mansion?
No, that's at the number 1 walk back. Number 1, yeah. Saying Washoe Club.
Okay. Oh, Washoe Club. Yeah, I was going to say the crypt area and bar. I was thinking that the Washoe Club. So, the next one's the McKay Mansion. Okay, so we're going to listen to this. Let me go ahead. I'll mute all the microphones. And here we go in the queue. And then we'll see what we actually gather on the impression.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, just unmuting our mics right now. Got Scott Latia back. Also, too, just so you know, everybody visit liveparanormal.com. There's free MP3 iTunes downloads immediately following the broadcasts that are posted of the archive show. And a lot of people find that sometimes reviewing the EVP, they're a little bit clearer in the archive show as well. But what do you feel that what was actually captured?
Walk back. And it was one of those, you'll hear me kind of get like the cold chill and kind of go, like you do that, like that type of feeling, like something walked through you. I kind of had that you hear my breath and then you hear walk back, which was, it just, we were hearing knocks and stuff in the crypt area, and it gave an eerie feeling to it.
Yeah, that's the other good thing about the archive is you can also toggle back and then re-review as well on Live Paranormal. On the second, this is the McKay mansion here, and this one's pretty loud and clear too, as I was reviewing these as well. So I'm going to go ahead and mute our microphones, and this is the second EVP. Let me get mine turned off here. Yeah, let them out. Let me see. There's Scott. We got you back.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we were, me and Jeff were walking through the McKay mansion, and we were just doing B-roll of the McKay mansion. And I was walking up the stairway, and you'll hear me kind of walking up the stairway, and that's when that was captured.
Right.
And there's only two of us in there.
Yeah, and it's real breathy, underscoring all the other sounds. Just let them out. Yeah, it's just... Let's see. Okay, here we got the third one. We're going to play this and then see what we decipher too at the end. This is EVP number 3.
Already just from the laptop. That first was already just from the laptop. That first was already just from the laptop. That first was.
Yeah, now that is more of a vocalized. Did you hear that at the time?
No, that's just it. Like I said, it was me and the bartender, and we were just closing up, and we were locking the locks and turning around and starting to walk out, and I didn't hear it, but the recorder caught it.
Yeah, it had a lot of a voice to it. It wasn't breathy, but yeah, tell me they're here. Yeah. But yeah, you guys didn't hear anything.
Just even thinking about it.
That was pretty loud.
No, that's voice. Just no. And that's the kind of the weird thing is that when there's two people in the room and a third voice comes across, it makes you question what's going on.
Right.
I wish I would have been able to catch them when I was there, and then replayed them then, and then kind of gotten more into an EVP session. But
yeah, that probably happens every time you do an investigation.
No, yeah.
Where you feel like, yeah. Okay, this is the fourth EVP. I'm going to go ahead and mute my microphone too. And let me see. Oh, here it is. Just scroll down just a little bit for it. Here's EVP number 4.
How many people did you murder? How many people did you murder? How many people did you murder?
Okay, that's going to be perhaps the creepiest one in the queue here. Let's see. Here's Scott coming in. Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah, 7.
Man, that's so crazy here.
One man and one girl. Yeah.
Now, see, KJ had an app that he was using, and being able to pick it up on the recorder, but also the voice of the spirit at the same time was just eerie. And that was at Valeska Axe Murder House with Nick and his team, Creepy People Management, for their event there with Dustin Perry and KJ. And it was just an eerie location. I was there in 2013 and got crazy stuff. And it just, coming back to it, just kind of put the hair on your end. And it was raining and lightning and thundering, and it just picked up.
Oh, you had the full effect.
Oh man, and I was like, it just kind of just really shook you.
But yeah, that was just the eerie, like 7, including one man and one girl. It was like, yeah.
Admitting to what they did,
Mhm. Yeah, pretty brazen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that something's there and mindful of what went on, and and causing it, and then to admit that over all these years and everything. That's just something that, yeah, that mindset's still there too. This one is. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one in. Oh wait. Let me bring you back here. Oh, what's that?
Oh, I just was going to say, it's kind of like when Ghost Adventures was there and they got the EVP that said, I killed 6 people.
Yeah.
And it just kind of gives you that feel to that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it just, the whole vibe of the place. I've heard others too, like shrieks and stuff, and so, yeah, there's this, definitely this continuance of the location itself. This is, let's see, I'm going to get the queue back open over here. Okay, this is EVP number 5. Well, I stand corrected. That could be one of the creepiest too. So, yeah, you're dying in your sleep, and how? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that
pretty
was
low
picked
and
up
guttural.
at Mansfield, and it was
Mansfield
Nick and all of us. We were
Reformatory.
kind of, we were just picking up, kind of closing out the evening, and everyone was kind of saying goodbye. And I like I said, I always run my recorder from the time I get to the location to the time I leave. And it just, I never heard it until maybe a year ago. I was going through evidence again, and I caught it. And I was like, man, this is just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, just low and guttural and jeez, wow. So, yeah, let's see here. I'm going to pause here. This is going to be EVP number 6. I'll get that in the queue.
All right. You're more than welcome to play with that REM pod. If you touch the antenna there, it'll light up. All right. You're more than welcome to play with that REM pod. If you touch the antenna there, it'll light up. All right. You're more than welcome to play with that REM pod. If you touch the antenna there, it'll light up.
The flesh is coming. Okay, yeah. There you go. Got you unmuted now. But yeah, Malvern Manor.
Man, that location. Josh and I both heard it with our ears. We both looked at each other, and we just were just like, our jaws just dropped. Like we heard this literally in the main entrance area. And it just, like, our hair stood on end, and we would hear knocks in the hall. We'd go down the hall, nothing's there. The upstairs is without a doubt crazy. You just get that vibe. You walk through certain parts of the house, and it just makes your hair stand on end.
Right, jeez. Okay, let me mute here. This is also, too, at Malvern Manor, and I'm going to, get mine muted as well.
These are ledgers? These are old, photo albums. Oh, wow. Things like that, here from the kitchen there, and, just awesome stuff. Wow. Yeah. These are ledgers? These are old, photo albums. Oh, wow. Things like that, here from the kitchen there, and, just awesome stuff. Wow. Yeah. These are ledgers? These are old, photo albums. Oh, wow. Things like that, here from the kitchen there, and, just awesome stuff. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely a different voice than yours and his.
You know, and that's just, he was just talking about the ledger that he has, and he's got some old photos of the residents there. And he was just showing them to me, and I just had the recorder, like I said, in my pocket, and it just happened to capture that. So whatever was there had to be like darn near, like either next between both of us or like right in front of us.
Wow. Jeez. And thanks, too. I mean, you brought the owner on, too, as well, the one time when you were at the Melbourne Manor and everything, and he was gracious enough to come on. Had some interesting stories even about how they reenacted, and that was his daughter that they used in, Paranormal Lockdown.
Now, I'm sure Josh is, I know he's listening because he just turned around. He just had an overnight last night. But he would definitely, I'm sure, would be willing to book if you ever want him to come on and discuss the location and stuff.
Yeah, certainly. We'd love to have you guys on. Yeah, that was incredible. Thanks for doing that. So, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I know Sophia had a lot of questions for him too, and so yeah, we definitely would. Yeah, this is on the 8th EVP. This is returning to the Villisca Axe Murder House. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute us now. And here's.
Did the banker make you do it?
Wow. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Here.
Did the banker make you do it?
Wow. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Here.
Did the banker make you do it?
Wow. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Here.
Okay, I think we ought to have a competition now to see which one's the creepiest, because that's now up there too. So, yeah, sure, he murdered us. He uses us. Gosh. Wow.
You see, I was hearing stories about how the banker was involved, and so I wanted to see if I can get a confirmation of the banker being involved. So what I did is I had photos. Somebody else was there and already had did it, but they had photos of each of the people that supposedly were involved, and they would point out to who it was. But so I decided to find out more about this banker, because the banker was really prominent in Villisca. So I wanted to find out more about who he was and see if he was involved. And when I asked the question, they're saying that, the banker is the one that did it. So.
Now that was on just the EVP playback?
Yeah, just on the EVP playback. KJ was using his app at the same time. So to be able to hear part of what his app was picking up, but also the digital recorder at the same time was picking up, was pretty amazing.
And for that duration, for something to come through that long with that same voice is pretty incredible.
I really think that the weather had something to do with it. That the rain and the lightning, and it just charged that building up. And even now when I think about the location, my hair just stands on end.
Jeez. And just that voice and what it wanted you to know, or all you guys to know. So, I mean, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, this is pretty unique, too. This is at your home office?
Yeah, this is the home office, and I was watching a documentary on World War II and on Hitler. And they were talking about the underground caverns and caves and stuff. And this is what was captured on digital recorder as I was watching it on TV.
Yeah, that's pretty unique. I mean, just the whole vibe coming through about the topic itself. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to mute. Let's see here and make sure I'm playing the right track. First off, okay, and lining that up. And now I'm muting my mic.
Simply with the groundwater in the... While they were building simply with the groundwater in the... While they were building the bunker simply with the groundwater in the...
And that's the breathy voice. I can't have them out. Let me see. Okay, and there we go. Got you unmuted.
It's
wow.
about where Hitler took his life in the underground bunker, and that's when they were talking about. That's when it came out, and like I said, my hair just stood on end. I wasn't really expecting anything to happen. I just I wanted to run a recorder and just see, if anything would happen. It's just like I get random feelings, and I just will hit record on the recorder and just let it run.
Well, also too, that's an amazing, just an amazing take and theory on that you're watching something on the History Channel about a certain topic, and then who's getting involved. You wouldn't think of that in your home, or just what you could potentially be bringing in with, just viewership or emotion or what you're feeling in the timeline of events. That maybe there is something to that.
Oh yeah. And
wow.
Even with Elizabeth Saint, I've messaged Elizabeth Saint about, like, I'll watch Ghost of Shepherdstown, and then there's something that I capture on my recorder, and I'll send it to her, and I say, hey, what's your thoughts on it? It's just weird stuff that come across every once in a while.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Here, this is the last EVP in the segment. Here, I'm gonna get everybody mute myself. Now, this is interesting too. This is the Washoe Club as well in Virginia City, Nevada. So let me go ahead and mute myself.
Oh man, flies were earlier were thick. Big horse flies.
Flies.
Oh man, flies were earlier were thick. Big horse flies.
Flies.
Oh man, flies were earlier were thick. Big horse flies.
Yeah, the undercurrent there. And who were you with at the time?
I was with Ellen McFarlane and Devin Scott Sisk and Marie Dana. And we were on, I think, the second or third floor of the Washoe Club. But prior to that, I actually had something happen to me at the Washoe. When they were kind of doing their lectures and stuff, I had already kind of gone through the Washoe Club and did my B-roll. And was coming out the back of the Washoe Club and felt really sick. Like I wasn't feeling well. And so I kind of I wanted to sleep. That's kind of the feeling I got. Like I just wanted to lay down and not do anything. And so while they're all doing their lectures and stuff, I kind of put my head down on the table, and Ellen and them were coming out and saying, hey, is everything okay? You're not yourself. And they gave me aspirin. I tried, eating something. I just didn't feel well. And then Ellen came up to me later in the afternoon and said, hey, you know what? We think there's something on you attached, and we think that you need to be cleansed. And so that was the first time I've ever had to actually be physically cleansed. So they took me over to the Silver Queen, and we're kind of a quiet room area, and I guess I had to be cleansed. But afterwards, I felt better. It's the first time I've ever experienced something like that, and part of it is my fault because I did not protect myself going into a location.
Right. You even have that labeled demon as well.
Right, and that's where that's why this EVP was so weird, because we were talking about the incident, and then that's when that came across.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring Sophia on. I know we're coming down. We're about to hit the 10-minute mark. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring Sophia back in here for the conclusion of the show. Hi, Sophia. Sophia's back in.
Hey, those were definitely some amazing EVPs. Definitely some of them were pretty creepy.
Oh, man. I mean, they scared. Some of them kind of darn near scared me, to be quite honest. The last one really
I totally understand that. I know you were talking about attachments. Since having those, is there anything that you do as a means of protection before, during, or after an investigation?
I really make the point to tell spirits, hey, this is your place. This is where you have to stay. You're not allowed to follow me home. And I think because I'm so open to the paranormal realm, you're kind of like Harvey says, you're like a beacon. So it doesn't really matter how much you say it, because sometimes they just know who you are. But I try to tell them, hey, this is where, your place. I have sage here now, and I have oils. Some friends of mine gave me some sage and some oils and salt, of course, for purification in the house. I'm actually looking at possibly having a shaman or somebody come by and at least kind of do a blessing on the house, because when we first got the house, I never did a blessing on the house. And I was reading up on how, shamans would bless homes, and even back in the early 1900s and early 1930s, people used to bring priests into their homes to bless their home before they bought it. So it's something I've kind of looked into, and we're kind of thinking about. Because you don't know the history of your house when you got it. That's kind of like, and we're in Arizona, and so with the land and stuff, we know that a lot of it was Native American, and we just don't know what's around here.
Yeah, definitely. I lived in a haunted house, and it's not something you really expect to have happen, but it does happen. So it's always good to try and take precautions to prevent that.
I should have reached out to you when it happened, and I didn't even think about it, because I knew you guys know more about that sort of thing than I do. And it's something I think we'll probably talk afterwards off there about, because there are some other things that kind of went on when I was up there. But definitely.
And I know we're coming towards the end of the show, but are there any websites, upcoming interviews, events, or anything that you would like to mention?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be next week heading to the Grey Ghost Paracon, August 12th and 13th. You can actually still get tickets for that. And I'll put that on my Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram page. But it's August 12th and 13th. If you search Grey Ghost Paracon 2017, there are tickets there. And then Tammy, for Lost Souls investigative team, is having an event the 22nd and 24th. And Harvey and Ellen and all of them are going to kind of all be there. It's the 22nd through the 24th, and it's $150. And you can get tickets there at Ghost Miners of Columbia, LSI.
Oh, cool.
Well, definitely. Thank you so much for coming on today, Scott. It's always great talking to you.
Well, thank you for having me, and we can't thank you enough. And we actually have something for you. I'm going to take some screenshots of it, and then so you'll be able to see it.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Well, definitely thank you so much for coming on. I would love to have you back on in the future, and I'm sure we'll talk after the show today.
Yeah, give your family our best.
Definitely. Mom and everyone says hello.
Well,
everybody's back
tell
there.
them hi.
Definitely.
All right, Scott, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you guys.
Scott.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Scott. Oh, great show today, Sophia.
Yeah, definitely. Scott's a great guest, and he has some great EVPs. I want to thank everyone for listening today. The show definitely would not be possible without all of you, and I'll talk to you guys again next week. Bye.
Yeah. And I'll remind everybody, too, Scott Latia, everybody visit myparanormalcorner.com. That's myparanormalcorner.com. Twitter and Instagram, @Scott Latia. That's @Scott Latia. Facebook.com after the / Scott D. Latia, and also to Haunted Stories with Scott Latia on YouTube by search. Also, too, everybody, the event next weekend, it's going to be the Respectful Investigations, seances. Everybody visit theomenhouse.com. That's theomenhouse.com. And also, too, on Twitter, you can reach David directly, David Omen, @the_Omen1. That's @the_Omen1. It's the Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on liveparanormal.com. Upcoming, we have renowned televised parapsychologist and professor to the paranormal, Lloyd Auerbach, will be on this program on the 5th of August. Also, too, paranormal investigator, liveparanormal.com sister host, Nikki Para-Unnormal is her show. She's going to be on the program on the 12th of August. Also, too, as well, Tennessee Wraith Chasers promote Haunted Town series. That's to be determined. I have publicity over at Destination America that's going to book the entire crew, all 4 of them, on the program. And also, too, coming up, KJ McCormick, Carl L. Johnson, and many more right here on this show, The Ghost Host Show with Sophia Temperilli on liveparanormal.com. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hi, this is Debbie Leslie on Ghost Adventures. You're listening to The Ghost Host with your host, Sophia Temperilli, on LiveParanormal.com. God bless you all.
Thank you for joining us on History FM Radio on LiveParanormal.com and History.fm. From paranormal to the unexplained history, it all happens here. Looking to enhance your radio experience? Participate in live interactive chat 24/7 with our radio show hosts and other like-minded people on www.liveparanormal.com, the only interactive social chat room supported by full interactive media. Stop by now and join in on the fun.